Brainwash. Welcome to my Brainwash crew. Money. Goddamn money. It is the one thing everybody in the world stresses about, but nobody seems to actually understand. You ever notice how people are always flexing around their stuff? Oh, I bought a brand new car. That's an asset. Bro, stop. That is not an asset. That's a monthly payment in disguise. Or my house is my biggest investment. Really? Really? Think about it. Then why does your biggest investment eat half of your paycheck every single month? Tell me that. See? So you see, the problem isn't that people don't work hard. People, they grind like crazy. They work their asses off. They wake up, commute, put in overtime, start side hustles, but no matter how much they make, if it feels like the money just evaporates, like you've got holes in your goddamn pockets. And the crazy part, it all comes down to two words that run your entire financial life: asset and liabilities. Two words. If you get them right, you win. Get those two words right, you win. If you get them wrong, you will always lose. Doesn't matter how smart you are, doesn't matter how much money you make. These two words decide the game. So let's take this down piece by piece, not that hard, okay? So, what is an asset? Simple. An asset is simple. It is anything that puts money into your pocket. And I don't mean, oh, it makes you feel good or it looks nice on paper. No. Real assets put real cash into your hand. Stocks that pay dividends, asset. Rental property where the rent covers mortgage and leaves you some extra, that is also an asset. A YouTube channel that earns you ad revenue every month. Hell yeah, that's an asset. Assets are money machines. Some are slow, some are fast. But they all have one thing in common. They work for you. And you know what else is an asset? Skills. Nobody thinks of this. Nobody thinks of it this way. But the ability to code, edit videos, fix engine, design graphics, that's an asset. Why? Because it can be turned into income at will. You don't just own it, it feeds you. Okay, think of assets like planting trees. At first, you water them and feel like nothing's ever gonna happen. Yeah, like it's not working out, right? But over time, those trees start producing fruit. And once they're big enough, you can sit in the shade while they feed you for life. That's why rich people stay rich and they plant goddamn orchards. So now what is the liability? Now this is the ugly side. Flip it. A liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket. Now, and this is where most people screw themselves over because liabilities are really sneaky. They dress up as status symbols. They look cool, they feel good, but they bleed you dry month after month. The new iPhone you finance, liability. It's useless. It's like literally useless now because then the next year there's going to be another. It's outdated now. It will be outdated next year. So it's a liability. A car you're leasing for 600 a month, also a liability. The dream vacation you're still paying off on your credit card, there is a really big liability. Liabilities. They are like okay, think of them like vampires. They look attractive, they charm you, but once you invite them in, they suck you dry. And here's the kicker. Society loves, absolutely loves liabilities. That's what Instagram flex culture is all about. Flashy cars, oversized houses, and all that shit. It designed to people literally go broke trying to look rich. They stack liabilities on liabilities and call it a success. You know what success really looks like? A boring ass guy with no car payment, living in a duplex where the tenants pay his mortgage, stacking dividend stocks every month. Doesn't look sexy on Instagram, but it's goddamn sexy when he retires at 40. So here's the clean cut difference, okay? Assets feed you, liabilities, they bleed you. That's the cheat code, that's the formula. Before you buy anything, ask. Ask yourself, is this feeding me or bleeding me? If it feeds you, it's an asset. If it bleeds you, it's a liability. End of story. That sentence will change a lot of things in your life. That simple question. Let's test it with a car. Most people, they buy a car and it's instantly a liability. Exactly instantly. Monthly payments, gas, insurance, repair, everything. It's like setting money on fire every damn month. If the moment you, even the moment you drive that car out of the showroom, it loses its price. But here's the twist: a car can be an asset if you flip the script. Put in, rent it out, put it on Uber. If it makes more than it costs, boom, it's feeding you. It's an asset. Suddenly, let's say the car costs $500 a month. Okay, between payment and expenses, you rent it out on weekends and make $800. That's a whole $300 profit. Now, the same car, which was a liability, which was draining you, is now an asset. It's not about the object. It's about what it does. It's about what you make it do. Now we're done with the car. Let's talk about houses, right? Everybody, they swear that their house is their biggest asset. But if you're the only one paying for it, it's not an asset, bro. It's a liability with a nice backyard mortgage. Okay, it has mortgage, property tax, repairs, all that money just flowing out. But let's flip it. You buy a duplex, okay? You live in one side, a small side, and rent out the others to someone else. Or even Airbnb, it doesn't matter. Send your house, or suddenly your house is paying you. Now it's suddenly feeding you. Same house, different setup. One version bleeds, the other feeds. Now let's bring this home with a real story. Jason and Mike. Yeah, those are pretty good names. Two buddies, same job, same salary, started the same damn place. Jason, the second he gets a raise, runs to a dealership, new car, shiny as heck. Feels amazing for about 3, 4, 5 weeks. But now he's stuck with 600 a month payments, which is kind of horrible. Plus $150 in insurance, plus extra gas. That's almost 1,000 a month leading out of his pocket for something that loses value every mile. A couple years later, Jason buys a house. Gorgeous place. But the mortgage alone is $20 to $100 a month. Add taxes, insurance, repairs, utilities. He's dropping nearly $3,000 every single month just to live in his big asset. On paper, Jason looks successful. In reality, he's a paycheck slave. Now, Mike, he plays it smart. drives his old car a couple more years. When he finally upgrades, he buys something reliable, but he doesn't overextend himself. Instead of buying a mansion, he Mike buys a duplex for 280,000 dollars. He lives in one unit and rents out the other for $1,200 a month. His mortgage is 1,500, so now tenants are covering most of it. Mike's out-of-pocket house costs just 300, while Jason bleeds 3,000 a month. Mike almost living. Mike's almost living free. I mean, the mortgage is being paid by everybody, by the tenants. Okay, let's fast forward 5 years. Jason's tired, stressed, living paycheck to paycheck. Mike, he's used that freed up cash to buy the stuff. His portfolio now pays him $300 a month. Just sitting there, he literally uses a snowball. Okay, so 10 years in, Jason's still after 10 years, he's still flexing liabilities. Okay, another car, another upgrade, but always drowning in payments. Mike, his tenants have basically bought him his house. You see, his stocks pay his car, his stacking assets that will keep feeding him forever. Same income, same starting line, two choices. One chose liabilities, one chose assets, and you can see one's stuck and one's free. So here's the reality check. Every damn thing in your life falls into one of two boxes. Either it feeds you or it leads you. And most people are too busy flexing liabilities to ever stack assets. That's why they stay stuck. But if you want out, stop feeding liabilities. Start feeding assets. Buy the tree, not the fruit. Because at the end of the day, money doesn't care about your grind, doesn't care about your stress. It only cares about direction. Is the money coming in or is the money going out? Jason worked for his stuff. Mike's work works for him. You see that? You see the difference? So I'll ask you one last time. Which one are you gonna be? I'll see you in the next video.